Chapter 24. The family must acknowledge me. The family must acknowledge me. God's children must receive acknowledgement from the family. The person who cannot be acknowledged from his or her family cannot be acknowledged no matter where he or she goes. One's faith must not be separated from one's actions. One's actions must also be acknowledged. We must know that our families are always watching our faiths. As believers, if we don't correctly perform our duties, non-believing family members judge and condemn. But if I act by faith correctly in all aspects of my life, my family members acknowledge me from inside themselves. If I sacrifice myself, that is, my I, and treat them in love, they would like it very much. But when love isn't revealed in the family, things become difficult. Laughter disappears. To where would one go and laugh if laughter disappears in the family? Laughter and joy outside the family can't be genuine. If God's love enters, He melts the heart that was like an enemy. We must have a good relationship with the family who is closest to us. If I don't have a good relationship with my family, this must be resolved first. Genuine faith is something that the family acknowledges. If my family doesn't acknowledge my faith, it means there's a problem with my actions. As I live my life of faith, the other person acknowledges and accepts my faith when I change and when my behavior changes. Now, in the era of love, God restores the family. I mustn't try to receive the treatment of king in my family, but I must sacrifice as a servant. Then, wouldn't God do works? No matter how hardened someone's heart is, it is made so that it melts before God's love. We must reveal truth through our actions, and our faiths must be acknowledged by the family. For love to arise, acknowledgement between spouses. We must embrace our families in love, and the family must arise by love. If we're joyful while we praise in church, yet bear enemies with our families, this is hypocrisy. That is why we must love our families so that it becomes perfect glory to God. In the era of love, the restoration of our spirits and families is first. God will restore the family again. God changes the family into the most beautiful and happiest family, one that overflows with thankfulness and joy. To be able to sacrifice for the other person, God must rest inside me. To be able to think about my family first rather than myself, God must rest inside me. To be able to laugh, my family must laugh. For love to go to the other person, especially in the marital relationship, each person must acknowledge the other. For love to go out from inside oneself, each must be able to acknowledge the work that the other person does. If one doesn't acknowledge, love does not go out, and the heart of putting confidence in the other ceases. Since there is not the heart of putting one's trust and confidence in the other, how could one love? Love is not something done forcefully, but must come out from inside. For love to arise in the marital relationship, each person must acknowledge the other, and the love of God must come out from inside this as well.